is a major celebration in Chinese culture. This holiday marks the beginning of the new year in the ancient lunar calendar that is based upon the moon's cycles. Full of customs and traditions, the origins of Chinese New Year contain a number of legends and folktales. One such legend circles around a terrifying creature called Nian. This is where our story begins. A long time ago, there existed a quiet village. The villagers lived simple, peaceful lives and were generally quite happy. Things would change, however, on the eve of the Lunar New Year, as the villagers began their preparations to hide from what was soon to come. High in the mountains lived a horrible demon creature called Nian. This monster resembled a lion with sharp horns and menacing teeth. Throughout the year, he would sleep soundly until the Lunar New Year arrived, when he would descend upon the village. Nian would devour crops, gobble up livestock, and any child it found would disappear. In fear, the villagers would lock up their homes and hide until Nian had passed. One year, as the fateful day approached, an old beggar entered the village. Seeing everyone locking up their homes, he asked if anyone was willing to offer him a place to stay. The villagers, however, were too concerned with protecting themselves that they paid no attention to the old man. An old woman from the east side of the village saw the poor man. She brought him some food and explained why everyone was in such a panic. She pleaded with the beggar to leave as soon as possible, or else he may suffer a terrible fate. He requested that if she offered him a place to stay for the night, he would reward her by banishing the evil creature. Not convinced, she continued to plead with the man, but in the end, since she feared being left out when Nian arrived, she had no choice but to agree to his proposal. Once midnight arrived, so did Nian. Normally, the village remained completely silent and dark. However, this year, there was something different. At one end of the village, Nian could see lights in the distance. Approaching cautiously, Nian drew closer to the home. Once Nian arrived, it found the home of the old woman had been covered with red papers, and bright light was coming from inside. It began to tremble and growl in fear. Enraged by such unusual and irritating things, Nian charged the front door, but was met by a barrage of loud, intimidating cracks and flashes, stopping Nian in his tracks. Through the smoke, the old man emerged in a bright red gown, who was loudly beating a drum and roaring with laughter at how scared Nian appeared. Overcome with fear, Nian fled away through the dark night. The next day, the villagers emerged from their locked homes and were surprised to discover the village remained untouched. At this moment, the old woman remembered the message from the beggar. She beckoned to the other villagers to examine her home to see what the old man had done to save their village. They were interested to see all of the red papers, lanterns, and burnt bamboo, the cause of the cracking sound and inspiration for modern-day firecrackers. They were quickly enlightened by the fact that these seemingly simple objects had been the same that had scared away Nian and kept their village safe. To celebrate their triumph over the beast, the villagers donned similar bright red outfits and visited neighbors to share the joy. The news quickly spread, and soon after, Nian was no longer a threat to anyone. As the years passed, these traditions were formed, and the fear that the new year had once caused was replaced with excitement and celebration, and everyone would stay up late to welcome the new year. We wish everyone a very happy Chinese New Year, and we hope that it will be full of prosperity and happiness for all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
big birthday orange.
Yeah.
What a big. The Tanzania head so nice. I wish I can take that. Tanzania is down there.
2022 is the year of the tiger. And if you are tiger, that means you are the Tai Soi, the Grand Duke of the year. Many people are afraid of terrible things happening in the Grand Duke year. Will this be true for you? If you are born in the year, month, day of the tiger, then this year is your Grand Duke year. Now, before you get into a panic mode, please do not be afraid of being the Grand Duke or the Tai Soi of the year. I know traditionally people are always afraid of being the Tai Soi of the year because, oh, you know, I'm offending the Grand Duke, it's going to be a terrible year in terms of my health, a terrible year in terms of luck. No, it is absolutely not true. Because in a Grand Duke year, it simply means that you have the Duke arrival star. That means this year, you're like the boss, you're like the main star. Everyone refers to you. Now, if you are a B player in life, meaning someone who dislikes attention, it doesn't like to make decisions, like to feel that you're the victim of circumstances, that sort of person, then of course being the Grand Duke will be a pissed off year for you because generally everyone seems to be looking up to you and asking you to make a decision. But if you're an A player, if you're someone who say, you know what, I like the attention, I thrive on making decisions, and I am a decisive person, then being the Grand Duke is a fantastic year for you. Because this year also comes with the intelligence star. So it's a great year to take charge of your skill set. Learn something new. Even if you're doing well in your career, there's always room for improvement. Because of the intelligence star, pick up a new study. It's not just good for kids, you know. It's not good for just, you know, people in school, but it's good for people in life who wants to go to the next level. Nowadays, if you learn a new skill set that is related to online selling, being able to speak in front of a camera, sales pitch or sales presentation, you probably will excel in the next 10 years. So go ahead and pick up a new skill. Now, you also have a star called the Heavenly Officer, which actually indicates that while situations might be challenging because you take up the leadership position, but at the end of the day, there will be people who are supportive if you just learn how to lead and influence. Leadership means being able to help someone from where they are to where they want to be. It's about serving. It's not about people worshipping you, okay? So a lot of people don't understand the Grand Duke. They think, oh shit, it's gonna be a bad year because I'm the Grand Duke, then they're gonna sip the Tai Soi, right? It's not about you sipping the Tai Soi or trying to elevate the Tai Soi. It's about you taking the position of leadership. Now, in terms of negative stars, there's a few. It's not to be too overly concerned. While you have the Sword Age, while you have the Sword Age and Hidden Corpse, it generally means that in terms of injuries, that could be slightly higher. Now, it only happens because of lack of awareness. You see, most of the time, people have, accidents is because they are not aware of where they're driving, what they're doing. They become unconscious of it. The whole idea, the whole movement about being spiritually aware, become more mindful, is to pay attention to what you're doing. If you are more mindful of what you're doing, not every day you're so blah, don't know what the hell is going on, you will have less problems and less injuries in life. It's not about just, is there something I should wear, some lucky pendants to block off the energy. No, it's not. It's just about being aware. Heighten your awareness whenever you drive, whenever you play sports, and you'll be fine. Do not worry about it, okay? Now, there is one star called the back poking star. Traditionally, this actually indicates the possibility of people poking behind your back. Now, don't worry about this, okay? There will be some haters. There will be some naysayers. Some assholes gonna talk bad about you no matter what, but who cares? You are in front. You are the leader. Leaders will have to lead. There'll be some jealous people that will be there. Do not worry about these people. Pay no attention to them. Let them talk behind your back. It's okay. As long as you're aware of that, you're going to excel in 2022. Now, in a spiritual sense, the spiritual source energy is called the banker. It's spiritual wealth. Now, a lot of people didn't realize that wealth is also a form of energy. So your ability to manifest, to attract wealth-related opportunities is actually pretty dominant this year. So spend a little bit of time thinking about what would you like to manifest from your imagination, bringing it to reality. Guided imagination creates faith. Remember this. This is what you can do for the year of the tiger if you have tiger in your chart. Oh, don't forget, what I just mentioned applies to those who are born with tiger in the year, month, day or hour. If tiger is in your year of birth, well, it means your group of friends, your network, right? This year you probably meet with people who are leaders, people who are leaders of a company, leaders of their own community, and you're going to be working with them. If tiger happens to be your month of birth like this, your month of birth, it indicates that in your job, you might be given a role, a new responsibility, or in your career, in your business, you probably take on a role where you have to make an impact to the industry, where you have to make decisions that will impact the entire industry or the entire company. So live up to it, stand up to it, be a bit more firm and be a bit more confident, and you will win. And if tiger is in your day of birth like this, tiger is in the day of birth, well, this indicates that in your relationship, well, you have to take on the leadership role. Sometimes, maybe even in a position where it might feel a bit unfair to you, but you know what? Be the bigger person and things will be okay. And finally, if tiger is in the hour pillar represents your staff, your employees, the people that you lead. This is a great position to have the tiger, by the way. Indicates that there will be new people joining your team, or you need to look for a protege. You need to look for people whom you can transfer your knowledge, your experience, and to help. Sometimes helping other people is the key to helping yourself become happier. Now, if you want to know more about not just the tiger sign or other animal signs in your Parts chart, go to this link that you see on your screen or on the comment section and download the Thriver's Guide for 2022. It's a book where I actually write about not just 12 animal signs, but much more about the energies of 2022. It's free. Go ahead and download this copy of the Thriver's Guide. And don't forget, if you like this video, please click on the subscribe button and hit the like button and share this with all your friends.
Wish you all 恭喜发财，万事如意，年年有余，心想事成，身体健康，虎年行大来。